Hello my students, how are you for today? Our lesson content for today will be family tree and past simple tense. So in our first part of the lesson we will start with family tree. At the beginning we will review some words from our previous lesson which will help us in our lesson for today. So our first word I want to review with you, which is grandfather and grandmother. We discussed these two words in our previous lesson. Also we will need mother and father and sure brother and sister. We discussed these words in our previous lesson, and for our lesson today we fill these words in a tree which is called family tree. And for our new words for today, which is uncle, aunt and cousin. Uncle, he is your father or mother brother. So your father's brother he called uncle, and for aunt, father or mother, sister. So your father's sister is aunt, and for cousin is a son of your uncle or of your aunt. So your aunt or uncle son he called your cousin. So how we will fill our family tree for today? We will begin with grandfather, and on the other side will be grandmother. And as sure from our previous lesson, grandfather and grandmother, between them is love. Yes, great. Okay. And grandfather and grandmother son, which is your father, and his brother, uncle, and his sister, which is aunt. Okay? And here will be your mother, which is a part of your father's family. So here will be your mother. Okay? And your father and mother, between them is love. Yes. Okay. Your father and mother son, which is your brother, sister, and you. Okay? And your aunt son or your uncle's son he called cousin. So here will be cousin. So cousin is a boy or a girl. So it's okay for boys and girls. Okay? And your aunt husband he is your uncle also. So here will be uncle. So after we have finished our family tree, we will play a small game which is called Do You Have Mine? So I will give you some cards and a family tree pick and we will need to make 3 groups to play this game. After we have finished playing, I will ask you to draw your family tree and to write some details about your family members, which is name, job, age, and hobbies. So I will give you 10 minutes to finish your family tree, okay? In our second part of our lesson, we will discuss past simple tense. We discussed it before in a previous lesson, and today we will complete it. So we will start by this question: what did you do yesterday? So please raise your hand and answer the question. Okay, great. And for our warming up here, we will have 2 sentences, which is she walked with Tim last week. So what do you see in this sentence? Last week, yeah. And what is it? Okay, it's a keyword. So this sentence is in past simple tense. So how walk will be in past simple tense? Yeah, it will be walked. Great. And for our second example, we have he talked to him last night. So again, what do you see here in our sentence? Last night, yeah, and it's a keyword. So this sentence in past simple again. So how talk will be in past simple? Okay, it will be talked. Okay, great. Let's imagine this is our timeline. So what if you did something yesterday? It will be in past simple. And what if you do something every day? So it will be in present simple. Great, yeah. In our next week, we will speak about future tense in our next week. So this future tense express something you want to do in next day or next week or next year. So this will be next day, for example. Our previous lesson, which we discussed past simple tense, we talk about keywords like yesterday, last week, and last night. And also we discussed verbs, which is obeying the rule, and we called these verbs is good verbs. Why? Because they obey the rule. So today we will talk about another verbs which they are bad verbs. They don't obey the rule. So we have to remember these verbs because they are bad verbs. They don't obey the rule. We call these verbs irregular verbs. Okay? They are irregular because they don't obey the rule. For today, we will have only 8 irregular verbs, and every lesson we will get 5 new irregular verbs. Our first verb for today is sleep. So when we use sleep in past simple, it's not slept like this. This wrong. So verb sleep in past simple is slept. Slept. Okay? And for our last verb, which is a tricky verb, we write it as it is in past simple, but its spelling is different. So in present it's read, and in past is read. So for practicing these verbs, I will give you a small exercise to fill the blanks with these verbs. So I will give you a paper with some sentences. After we have finished our lesson for today, I will ask you for a homework, which is to imagine you have traveled to somewhere, and imagine your city name. Write about it and what did you do at this city. Okay? See you in our next lesson. Bye bye.